Thank you for joining us in celebrating California State University, Monterey Bay's class of 2021. Please welcome the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Katherine Kantardjieff.
Hello, I'm Dr. Katherine Kantardjieff, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at Cal State University, Monterey Bay, and I am delighted and honored to welcome you all to this momentous occasion, Commencement. Since we find ourselves in unprecedented times, this year's celebration is a little different, but the achievements and successes of our students are no less exceptional. They have learned a lesson that few graduating classes have ever learned before. As human beings, we have the ability to adapt. Our graduates have endured unexpected challenges to learning in an almost exclusively virtual environment during a pandemic. They have stretched themselves, they have shown resilience, and they have succeeded. We celebrate their accomplishments today, and I congratulate them on this significant milestone in their life. And now it is my pleasure to introduce CSUMB's President, Dr. Eduardo Ochoa.
I am pleased to welcome California State University, Monterey Bay's 25th graduating class, and to offer my congratulations on accomplishing a significant life achievement. This year, we were able to join in a hybrid format through video and with a car parade on campus, foregoing for a second year our in-person celebration. While we cannot join together in each other's company, we are united in a feeling of collective pride and celebration. Completing a college degree is a significant accomplishment and represents far more than just the years of academic work at the university. Today marks the culmination of a journey stretching back 20 or more years to your early childhood, when parents, grandparents, extended family, foster families, and other mentors supported you in your educational quest for a college education. For many of you, you are the first in your family to achieve this honor. We hope that all of you transmit the love of learning and the drive to meet such challenges to the next generation, reaping the rewards of higher education. When this school year started, we knew that it would be the continuation of a challenging time. Our faculty rose to the challenge and improved virtual delivery methods, finding new ways to engage and connect with students. At the same time, our students use technology in creative ways to expand the ways you interact and collaborate. Even though this graduating class spent over a year away from campus and all its built-in support, you succeeded at coping with all the challenges associated with the pandemic. You pressed forward, worked to finish your college work, and graduate. I'm sure that as you imagined your graduation ceremony at the start of your academic program, you thought of a joyous commencement celebration with your classmates, family, and friends. Instead, you're viewing this video and perhaps joining in our commencement car parade. As this pandemic subsides, it will eventually be safe to celebrate in large groups again. When that time comes, I look forward to inviting all of you back so that I may shake your hand and congratulate each one of you in person. In the founding spirit of CSUMB, you too are pioneers, as graduates during a pandemic that will likely transform the face of American higher education. Take pride in your ability to persevere amidst times of turmoil. I am confident that you will rise above the current crisis and launch into your careers and lives with great success. Much as CSUMB has adjusted to the changes of the past year, I urge you to see this pandemic as both a challenge and an opportunity. There will be changes to society and the workplace that will emerge from this time, some obvious and some subtle. But we have prepared you to adapt to these changes. Embracing change as opportunity is an important perspective to hold on to when living in the global society of the 21st century, where change will be a constant. And although we're unable to hold our usual commencement and affinity celebrations at this time, we continue our tradition and honor the CSUMB class of 2021 with a host of videos and online celebrations.
Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine Bhardwaj and I have the honor of serving as your 2020-2021 Associated Students President. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate and express how proud I am of all of you, our graduating class. Take a deep breath and reflect by looking back at all that you've accomplished. Release all of that tension. These past few years were a learning experience that may have challenged you inside and outside of the classroom, but they only made you stronger. We were able to adapt to a new virtual learning environment, and one day we'll continue to apply the lessons we learned in the classroom to solve society's most pressing issues. Our strength and determination over the years have brought us all to this very moment of celebration. And while we can't walk across the stage at this moment in time, a graduation ceremony does not celebrate just one moment in time. It is a culmination of all these years of learning that we are here to celebrate. And you unapologetically deserve to celebrate this milestone and bask in the satisfaction of knowing that you have your degree. This celebration is not only about completing the major you pursued, but also about the lessons you've learned about yourself and the world around you. Take the time to recognize your family or friends who may have supported you along the way, the experiences you've shared with professors or classmates, and the challenges you've overcome. Be proud of all your accomplishments, no matter how big or small. And given the current state of the world, this new chapter of your life beginning today can be quite frightening. I feel the uncertainty too, but there are glimmers of hope. Vaccines have emerged, and there are steps we can all take to forge a better society. One where all people can thrive. One that is dedicated to the values of inclusion and respect. One that builds bridges and breaks down barriers. You can shape the world into what it could be and should be. As you are turning the new page to this new chapter of your life and sharing your talents with the rest of the world, whether it may be heading to graduate school, traveling the world, pursuing the career of your dreams, or another adventure, I want to leave you with a few tips I learned from my parents and from my time here at CSUMB. Continue to build relationships. You will cherish those memories for the rest of your lives. Work hard, stay humble, and take on the different opportunities presented your way. Sometimes the path you think you will follow is not the one you end up treading upon, so have the patience to learn as you go. Fall forward and carry on. From our biggest failures, we learn our greatest lessons. And finally, continue to learn and never ever give up. Similar to what I shared in my freshman and transfer orientation address, I would like to bring this back full circle. There's a tradition unique to our campus which all students should never forget. A group of otters is called a raft. They raft up when they sleep so they don't float away from each other. So at the end of the day, we are an otter family. We will remember in 2 to 3 years or even decades from now that the hardships we faced ended up bringing all of us together. So don't forget, once an otter, always an otter. Raft up and congrats class of 2020 and 2021. We made it.
Today, we confer an Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree upon Amy Driscoll. Dr. Amy Driscoll has dedicated her career to helping institutions better engage with their communities and better assess and facilitate student learning. She has had an enormous impact at CSUMB and on higher education nationally and internationally in ways that have directly benefited the learning and success of countless students. Dr. Driscoll founded CSUMB's Center for Teaching, Learning, and Assessment in 1998. At CSUMB, working with the new university's faculty and programs, she played a key role in establishing CSUMB as a national leader in outcomes-based education. After retiring from CSUMB, Dr. Driscoll continued to make significant contributions to university community engagement and college-level teaching, learning, and assessment. In 2005, Dr. Driscoll coordinated development of the Carnegie Community Engagement Classification, and in 2006 and 2008, she coordinated the Carnegie classification of 197 universities and colleges as community-engaged institutions. She has presented at the WASC Senior Commission's Academic Resource Conference, at the Association of American Colleges and Universities conferences, and the Assessment Institute. She mentored more than 60 institutions nationally and internationally in student learning outcomes assessment, facilitated workshops for WASC educational programs, and in what is becoming widely recognized as one of Dr. Driscoll's most significant contributions to student learning, established and facilitated WASC's Assessment Leadership Academy, which over the past 12 years has provided professional development on conducting learner-centered assessment to over 300 assessment leaders from institutions from across the nation and the globe including 5 ALA graduates from CSUMB. Dr. Driscoll's exemplary work and leadership in the areas of teaching and learning, student learning outcomes assessment, and community engagement, coupled with her foundational work as CSUMB's founding director of the Center for Teaching, Learning, and Assessment, make her an ideal recipient of this honorary degree from CSUMB. In recognition of her many accomplishments and work as a leader and innovator in the area of teaching, learning, and assessment, the Board of Trustees of the California State University and California State University Monterey Bay are proud to confer upon Amy Driscoll the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. By the authority vested in me by the State of California and by the Board of Trustees of the California State University System, I now confer upon you the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the attendant rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Amy Driscoll to give some remarks.
First of all, I want to say thank you for this honor. It is very special, it is very precious, and just so appreciative to be recognized this way. My first doctorate was done as a single mother with 4 children, so this is much more enjoyable. I want to talk to the graduates. I want to say congratulations to you. You have been remarkable to complete a degree of studies during this pandemic. You've been brave, you've been persistent, you've been determined, you've been creative, and I know you. That might sound kind of funny to you. How does she know me? I do know you. Let me tell you how I know you. So about 20-some years ago, I got a phone call on a Monday from someone in the president's office, a different president, saying, we're thinking about a new position and we need to design it and we think you might be interested and we'd like to bring you in here and talk to us. And without even pausing, I said, no, I have a great job right now. I do some work that I really love and I'm making a difference. And I've just built the house of my dreams. I'm going to stay here in Portland. I'm not interested. We talked a little more and she asked me if I'd just think about it. And I said, well, okay, but I wasn't planning to. And 3 weeks later, she called again and said, did you think about it? And I said, well, no, not really. She said, well, we'd really like to talk with you about this position and we think you could contribute. And I said, well, how about if I help you find somebody for that instead? Because I'm not coming there. I'm not coming to Monterey. She said, okay. So it stopped. And about this time, I was working on a national project with a man named Ernest Linton. And Ernest died during this time after a long illness. And as I went to his funeral service, I could hear him talking to me, kind of like my dad talks to me sometimes. And he said, you don't say no. You go and check it out. You be open to possibilities and talk to people, but you don't just say no. And I'm saying to myself, oh no, Ernest, I don't want to do this. So I fly home, and sure enough, she calls me again as I get home from Boston, and she said, would you just come talk to us? And I surprised her and said, yes, I'll come talk to you, but you're going to waste your plane fare because I'm not going to move to Monterey. I don't want to do this. I have a great life right here, and I'm going to stay here, but I'll come. And so I did. I flew to Monterey, and I spent a couple days talking to administrators, looking at the campus, talking to faculty, and I have to say I was impressed. I was impressed by the faculty. They were very student-centered, which is dear to my heart, and really working hard to make their teaching the best and to really support student success. And that meant a lot, but I still wasn't coming. And so before going home, I said I wanted to take a walk around the campus and see the students and see what they were doing and hopefully talk to some of them. So I did. It was a sunny day. They were all out on the lawn having little study groups, and very politely I interrupted and asked if I could talk with them for a while. And I listened to them. And they too were persistent, and they too were very determined. And they too had a lot of life experiences that were helping and some that were not. But they also felt very supported by this institution and ready to be successful. And I listened to them. I listened to a lot of them and talked to quite a few students, and I heard a lot of similar themes. So I got ready to go back to Portland, and those students were on my mind, and I knew I was going to struggle with this decision. And when I got back, I couldn't say no anymore. And so I left that new house, and I left my job, and I came to CSU Monterey Bay. And I learned so much about learning, which is supposed to be my specialty. But you students taught me about learning and about the very diverse ways people learn and the very diverse ways people are able to show us that they've learned. And my knowledge base just grew interacting here with you and with faculty, and I'm so grateful for that. It was probably the best decision I could ever make, is saying yes to that woman who kept calling. So I want to say to you, I know you, partly because you're the reason I got to be here, but also because I know that you're going to go out and be very responsible contributors to your community, because that's what the mission of this university is. And I know the vision has inspired you, and you'll be innovative, and you'll be thinking about things, very reflective about your decisions. And then I know there's this list of values, and I'm just certain that some of those values have become part of your value system, and that you'll take out into life and the way you live and the way you interact. So I know that you will be intellectually curious and look for questions and problems and issues to work with. And I know that you will be strong supports for equity and diversity and inclusion. And I know you've already become community engaged people, and that you'll take that out into your life and continue it. And those values I'm sure you'll take with you. And then there's more, but these will be a lot to take into life. So I want to say to you in advance that I appreciate what you're going to contribute to society, and I know you will. And I'm so impressed by you, and I'm very grateful to be with you here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Driscoll, for your insightful remarks. I will now like to welcome back Provost Katherine Kantardjieff.
It is my privilege to recognize students who have earned academic honors. The academic honor achieved by each graduate is identified for you in the program. Academic honors are given to seniors who have demonstrated consistent excellence in the performance of their academic work. Graduates with academic honors are distinguished by the gold cords that they wear. Based on the level of their academic achievement, these graduates are recognized as cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. Congratulations to our graduates. At this time, I will present the candidates for degrees to the President. Will all the candidates for Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science, and Master of Social Work degrees please stand? President Ochoa, on behalf of the faculty and deans, I present these candidates as having fulfilled the requirements for Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science, and Master of Social Work degrees, and recommend that the appropriate degree be conferred upon them. Congratulations. I will now present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees. Will all the candidates for Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees please stand? President Ochoa, on behalf of the faculty and the deans, I present these candidates as having fulfilled the requirements for Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees, and recommend that the appropriate degree be conferred upon them. Congratulations. In addition to the undergraduate and graduate degrees celebrated today, we also celebrate the earning of teaching credentials. Will all the candidates for the California Teaching Credential please rise? President Ochoa, on behalf of the faculty and the deans, I present these candidates as having fulfilled the requirements for the California Teaching Credential and recommend that the credential be conferred upon them. Congratulations. Please be seated. The tradition of academic costume dates from the Middle Ages, when academic gowns were common attire in early European universities. Since the Church founded the universities, students were required to wear the gowns at all times. The gowns represent an adaptation of the cape or mantle worn by church dignitaries in religious processions. The usual color of an academic gown is black, but through the years, variations have developed in both color and style. In 1896, United States colleges and universities adopted a uniform code governing academic dress. The style of the gown varies depending on the academic degree. The master's gowns are worn open, and the sleeves of the gown are square at one end with a slit at the elbow. The hoods were originally cowls attached to the gowns that could be slipped over the head for warmth. The colors used to line the hoods indicate the college or university from which the wearer received the degree. The hood's border or collar is trimmed in a color indicating the field of study. Today, our CSUMB master's students will be receiving the following colors of hoods. Master of Science students will be receiving golden yellow, and Master of Arts in Education and Master of Science School Psychology students will be receiving light blue hoods. Master of Business Administration students will be receiving sand hoods, and the Master of Social Work students will be receiving citron hoods. Candidates, now that we have presented you to the President, we will formally confer your degrees. Will all candidates for the Master and Baccalaureate degrees please rise? And will the candidates for teaching credentials please rise? Will the faculty please rise and face the graduates? President Ochoa, as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs and on behalf of the faculty of California State University, Monterey Bay, I present these candidates as having fulfilled the requirements for the designated degree or credential and recommend that the earned degree or credential be conferred upon them.
By the authority vested in me by the State of California and by the Board of Trustees of the California State University System, I confer upon each of you the Master, Baccalaureate degree or credential that you have earned with all the attendant rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Baccalaureate graduates, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your cap. This signifies the completion of your undergraduate degree. Congratulations to all our graduates. Please join me in recognizing this graduating class of California State University, Monterey Bay. I hope that you enjoy the videos. We know it is not a substitute for participating in a full commencement ceremony and the usual celebration of your years of effort. We hope that this production will serve until we can gather here on campus to congratulate you in person. When this year's graduates started at CSU Monterey Bay, you were uncertain about what to expect. Some of you already had friends here and a support network. Others didn't and had to develop those circles. Some of you knew precisely what you wanted to study. Others had yet to discover their passion. But you shared the feeling that this would be the best place to pursue your educational dreams. And through happy times and difficult ones, you did precisely that. You may have begun by wondering how you would succeed here. Now, at the end of the journey, I hope you reflect over these years and are heartened by how much you can achieve. That is what the best kind of college education is all about. It is a time to learn how to live with others, be yourself, and contribute to your community. It is a time of challenging your intellectual limits. It is a time to learn what once seemed impossible is well within your reach. Often these successes require the assistance of supportive friends, a helpful mentor, an inspiring faculty or staff member, a reassuring parent or friend, and always a lot of hard work. Each of you individually joined our university community, built on that community, and made it better. We hope that what you learned about community is something you can take into the following chapters of your life. No matter where you go from here, there will be issues to face, causes to champion, and people to help. We hope you enrich the next place you go and make it better than you found it. just as you did here at Cal State Monterey Bay. Congratulations, Cal State Monterey Bay class of 2021. I look forward to the future when we can gather in person and celebrate your accomplishments. But for now, please accept my sincere thanks for understanding and adapting to the changes and opportunities brought to us by the current situation, and for showing the world the best of what the CSUMB experience and community can bring about, the hope and promise represented in each of you. Be good stewards of your community, help one another succeed in life through service, embody inclusive excellence, make the change you want to see in the world, and continue to challenge yourselves, reaching beyond what you know you can accomplish to new heights in achievement. I wish you all success wherever life takes you. Go Otters!